are nearing the end of what has been one of the most extraordinary and challenging years in recent memory. Ever since the arrival in our country on 13th March 2020 of an uninvited and therefore unwelcomed visitor, COVID-19, we have faced an uphill battle, safeguarding the lives of our citizens while ensuring that our economy stays afloat. It has not been easy, but up until recently, we were turning the tide. You may recall that when I addressed the nation on the occasion of the 20th COVID-19 briefing in November 30, 2020, I expressed my concern that we have become complacent to the danger posed by the virus and are not adhering to the prescribed health and hygiene protocols put in place for our protection. Unfortunately, as one of the foremost thinkers of the civil rights movement, Benjamin Mays, warned, quote unquote, "The tragedy of life is not found in failure, but in complacency." The carefree and lax attitude many of us have displayed since my last briefing to the nation has resulted in some reversals on the gains we are making. In this short period of just 15 days, we have recorded 13 deaths and 2,425 infections, bringing the total infections recorded to 16,913, with 14,981 recoveries and 1,765 active cases and 164 deaths, unfortunately. At this juncture, I wish to express my sincere condolences to the families of those Namibians who have lost their lives as a result of COVID-19 or related illnesses. Your loss is our loss, and your pain is our pain. You cannot put a price on the value of human life, and that is why I have said, one life lost in the war against COVID-19 is one life too many. This juncture, I would like to ask you to rise for a minute of silence, first in honor of one of the young leaders, Kapere, who left us because of this disease, and many others whom we don't know. Attention. Thank you very much. I thank our frontline workers, the first responders, and all medical personnel who continue to work day and night to save Namibian lives, even when the situation seems daunting. Your efforts are recognized, appreciated, and highly valued. In view of the concerning rise in the number of positive COVID-19 cases recorded in Namibia in recent weeks, I will announce necessary adjustments to the current measures in line with our national response to the pandemic. As we have stated since the beginning of the pandemic, we will continue to implement a robust response to this unprecedented challenge. Fellow Namibians, given developments in recent weeks, it is vital to take the necessary steps to ensure that our response is adequate to meet the challenge. It is now evident that Namibia is experiencing a second wave of rising COVID-19 infections. In fact, the number of COVID-19 related hospital admissions have sharply increased in different parts of the country. The number of COVID-19 and related deaths have also increased in recent weeks. Against this background, it is imperative that some amendments to the regulations are effected in order to suppress further spread of COVID-19 in the country and hopefully engender changes in public behavior. Following amendments to the public health COVID-19 regulations issued by the Minister of Health, Social Services under the Public Environmental Health Act 2015. The amendments are recommended for implementation with effect from 23:59 hours Wednesday, today, 16th December 2020, 1 minute to midnight, for a period of 14 days until 30 December 2020. I'm also not ruling out the chance that I may call emergency meeting and take drastic actions that will load down if people don't cooperate. Public gatherings. The number of public gatherings is reduced from the current limit of 200 to a minimum of 50 persons indoors and maximum of 100 persons outdoors. From 200 to 50 persons indoors and maximum of 100 persons outdoors at a time. It is a requirement that conveners and organizers of such gatherings keep registers of attendees at each gathering, record body temperatures of attendees in such registers, and provide facilities for guests to wash their hands with soap or to sanitize their hands. Physical distancing of no less than 1.5 meters between persons must be maintained at all times. 2, correct wearing of face mask remains mandatory at all public settings. Enforcement of this measure will be intensified, meaning police will be there to follow. Don't insult them. They will be there to enforce because we are failing to comply with the regulations ourselves. So somebody has to force us for our own survival. Owners of retail outlets, shopping malls, offices, bars, ship-ins, entertainment venues, etc., are urged to ensure that persons entering or those present on their premises abide by the public health regulations, such as correct wearing of face masks, physical distancing, sanitizing, or washing of hands. Please, these are simple things you can do to save life. 3, bars, nightclubs, casinos, and all restaurants are to close for business at 22 hours, 10 o'clock old time, Monday to Sunday, up to 10 p.m., 20 hours, Monday to Sunday. All indoor dining tables to be arranged 2 meters apart. Associated public health measures must be complied with. Please. 4, with respect to public passenger transportation, all drivers and passengers are to wear masks throughout the trip and journey. 5, enforcement is critical to ensure adherence to these public health measures in public places, and the law enforcement agencies are hereby directed to deploy personnel and ensure compliance. We appeal to them to be professional. We are also appealing you to comply with the orders given, so there will be no insults developing or people being injured. We are doing it in your own interest. You don't need police to tell you to protect your health. But since you are careless, police will be there to help. Comply with their instructions, please, to avoid pushing and so on. That you can go and report there is a brutality of police. Comply, it's your own life, please. 6, other gazetted regulations not mentioned today and pronounced in the last COVID-19 briefing of 30 November remain in force, and adherence thereto is mandatory. The COVID-19 pandemic is with us, and all indications are that it will be around for much longer, unfortunately. For this reason, as a nation, we must learn to live with COVID-19. The only way to do so is to protect ourselves, families, neighbors, communities, and our country. Is to faithfully adhere, as I said, I'm emphasizing that, to faithfully adhere to the measures in place. Fellow Namibians, COVID-19 is fatal. Our actions over the next several weeks will determine the trajectory of our battle against this invisible enemy. Through a collective effort involving government, the private sector, the media, faith-based organizations, and other community leaders, civil society, and our uniformed services, we managed to bring the rate of infection under control. It took sacrifice, hard work, diligence, and teamwork. Now, more than ever, we must rekindle that spirit to reverse this negative trend. I believe we can do it again by holding hands and pulling in the same direction. With regards to vaccination, I would like the Minister to elaborate on that technical matter. Our economy has taken a big knock, but as I have informed you, as a result of various short and medium-term mitigating measures, we are steadying the ship. Let us continue to look out for one another. Where need be, let us remind one another as brothers and sisters to adhere to the safety and health protocols. Data has shown that correct wearing of face masks reduces transmission of the virus by up to 90%. I therefore appeal to you and once again implore all Namibians to make it their personal and collective responsibility to defeat COVID-19. In so doing, we will protect our frontline personnel and the public health system to provide care to the most needy and vulnerable members of our society. I'm aware that many Namibians are preparing to embark on their journeys for the holiday season. I therefore take this opportunity to wish all our people safe travels and a joyous festive season. Please adhere to the safety protocols for COVID-19. To all road users, especially the drivers, I wish to say, maintain the legal speed limits and other traffic regulations. More specifically, adhere to safe following distances and only overtake when it is absolutely safe to do so. The lives of our people are precious. Let us prevent avoidable fatalities on our roads this holiday season. Let us protect one another and let us join hands to suppress the spread of COVID-19 in our country. Let us prevent and avoid avoidable fatalities on our roads. Avoidable fatalities. Let us protect one another and let us join hands to suppress the spread of this deadly disease, COVID-19, in our country. Now, thank you.